Kayfabe Avenue.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please. Unjustifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in. But the cream rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, heels and faces, casual wrestling fans, and all you smart marks, I'm Richie Moon,
And I'm Kayfabe AJ.
and this is Kayfabe Avenue, and oh, it's that special time of the year. That special time of the year when the biggest wrestling event of all time happens. And Kayfabe AJ is going there. It is WrestleMania season. It's WrestleMania time. This is our predictions for WrestleMania night 1 and 2. Man, I'm not gonna front. My heart is a little heavy that I'm not gonna be there, and that we can't experience WrestleMania together. But it's okay because in a few years, man, gonna be there. WrestleMania 44. You hear it right now with the predictions. By WrestleMania 44, I will be working for the WWE, so this will not even be an issue. But
You
with that
gotta
being
you
said,
gotta
man,
put that energy out there. Make sure
right.
you know.
There we go. There we go. There we
But
go.
yeah, so I'm definitely gonna be there. Starting tomorrow, I drive to Philly for SmackDown in the Hall of Fame.
Nice.
But I've already gotten a little bit of a taste of WrestleMania with this past Monday Night Raw in Brooklyn in the Barclays Center.
Oh yeah, you were there.
And
Oh yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it was like I've been in the Barclay for SummerSlam.
Uh-huh.
The 3 years they went, I went every year. And it still wasn't as sold out or packed like it was for this Raw.
You were there for history. You were there for history.
And
The biggest gate for Raw ever.
ever.
In
And
what? This
I
has been
found
what?
myself on TV too.
Oh yeah, yo, screenshot
Yeah,
it. You got to screenshot it. You
I
got to screenshot
did.
it in the group
I'll
chat.
send it to you, but
So what? This
yeah,
is like I think Raw's been going on what 28 years. I'm about to look it up right now. I think Raw's been going 28 years, 20, 28, 29 years because they always make a big deal.
I know they had what, like 2,000 episodes already.
Has
But yeah, the highest gate. It was
ever.
the 13th consecutive sellout. So WWE is just firing on all cylinders right now, and
Right, they're on fire. The hot tickets in town.
the proof is in the records they're breaking. They literally been breaking
31
the record
years.
31
My
years
bad,
in a
Roman. I
row.
mean, cut your wisdom. 31 years. 31 years.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. The
Raw
highest
is a
gate
little bit
ever.
younger than us.
Right.
Raw's our little brother. Raw's a little
Yeah,
bit younger than us.
that's crazy. But yeah, sold out crowd, 13, like I said, 13 consecutive sellout.
That's amazing.
Like, I don't know if that's even a record that they broke for themselves. Like, they're comparing it to the Attitude Era. And
It's
honestly, I
better
feel
than
like
ours.
it's exactly. I
Uh,
I love the Attitude Era
and
for
we can
what it
say
gave
that.
us.
Hold on, we can say that for everybody out there that's going, oh my God. We can say that because we watched the Attitude Era live. We're not going back and watching it through hindsight, through rose-colored glasses, through the documentaries that WWE like to put out. I love them, but it's WWE revisionist history.
Yeah.
We watched it live. We was there channel flipping from WWF to WCW. So we're not watching this through hindsight. You know what I'm saying? We watched this. We're speaking from a place of experience. Go ahead.
Yeah. Because yeah, it's more than just like star power. If you go back, the Attitude Era, maybe 75 to 80% of the storylines were cringe as fuck and wouldn't hold up.
It wasn't class. It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't classic. This is classic storytelling.
We're actually having storylines now that, especially the last 4 years, that every single person on the roster has a legitimate reason to be either good or bad or have an issue or deserves a shot. Like, there's so many people on the roster right now, and I think the star power hasn't been matched for the Attitude Era until now.
Right.
But the storylines are better now than
The
back then.
storylines are better, and the wrestling is better.
Yeah, that too.
Right.
That too.
That's what. Yeah.
But
The in ring. The in ring is far superb than it was. No disrespect to the Attitude Era, you know what I'm saying? But I just think on all levels, looking at the entire and everything, it's fine on everything. This is like this in money wise, business wise, in ring wise,
This is why
storytelling wise.
is legitimate when they say WrestleMania 40 is going to be the biggest WrestleMania ever, because
Right.
the amount of records they're going to break, the records they've already been breaking leading into the event. Hollywood
Right.
Rock, like, do we have to even say more than that? Like,
Well, I mean, I think that's a great segue, man. So let's get right into it, man. Night one, which will be headlined by the final boss, Tribal Chief Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, but it starts off with Becky Lynch versus Mommy Rhea Ripley. AJ, who you got?
I got Rhea Ripley. I'm going
Mm,
for Rhea Ripley. I
why?
don't want to see Becky Lynch with another championship. I feel
Why?
like her character has gotten stale. She's the female Seth Rollins. Like, you can't keep giving me the same shit week in and week out. And like, I think I'm over the man gimmick. I think she needs another resurgence. I think she needs maybe a competitor outside of Rhea Ripley, because we obviously know that's going to be a good match. But
Mm,
we need more women to step up to kind of knock Becky. Becky's already, it's like Stone Cold, the female Stone Cold coming in here. We expect you to get to the main event. We expect you to, at this point. Where's the trials and tribulations? Oh, I just been kept separate from Rhea the whole year, became NXT Women's Champion, arguably for no freaking reason, because yeah,
no.
you put over a couple of people in NXT, but did Tiffany Stratton need you? Did she
She did.
really need that rub from Becky?
She did.
I don't think so. I think
She did.
going back and seeing that match,
It solidifies her.
Stratton versus Becky, I think she was already respected in that regard, but it showed that she's just as good and could
She
hold her
was.
weight against someone like Becky Lynch.
Yeah, but always going rubbing, getting the rub from her biggest star. It's the rub, getting for, Becky Lynch has headlined
I just
WrestleMania.
feel like her star has dimmed. Like, it's not doing what it needs to do for me anymore. Like,
Mm,
before I was excited to see Becky. Now it's
mm.
like I can barely go through one of her promos with her gasping for air every couple words.
All right, okay. Listen, hey. All right, that's what it comes up now.
You
All
know
right,
exactly what I'm
you're
talking
being
about too.
disrespectful to me and this wrestling business.
Listen to a Becky Lynch promo. Anyone in the last year, they're terrible. It sounds like she's straining to get the words out.
No, I can't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I think Becky Lynch cuts really good promos, and over the last couple of weeks, I felt like her and Rhea, with the whole Rhea mentioning her daughter and how she really got fired up about that, and how she pulled up on her at the Iniwana at the Iniwana
But
show.
wasn't that
I like that.
facilitated by Rhea Ripley and not Becky Lynch? The only
It
role she
was.
had was she showed up on the interview.
I
But
mean,
if
it
Rhea
was
didn't
them.
say what she said, this rivalry is stale.
But I
Because
mean,
in
I think it's.
reality, Becky is focused more on Liv Morgan and Nia Jax than Rhea Ripley this entire lead to Mania.
I mean, she was. I mean, that was. She had to. She had to. What I appreciate about that is they had to make Becky look strong because Rhea is a very dominant champion, and even
But you
though
don't.
Becky has this like really, she has a great legacy, headlining Mania, winning the belt, and been the man. But mommy. You know what I'm
Maybe
talking about?
she's head and shoulders above her. Like,
But I
Rhea,
think. Hold on. So
Rhea Ripley was the person that she's like Roman.
that's what I'm saying. That's why
She
you got to
was
build Becky
she
up.
was kind of put it in a position where we knew she was the next one up, but we were so distracted by everyone else that we didn't give Rhea Ripley her real fair due. Once she switched into the Judgment Day mommy gimmick, she broke through all the glass ceilings. She's probably as hot as Becky Lynch was back then
Bro, are
when
you
she
forgetting
first
about the
became the
stomp?
man.
See, here's what you're forgetting. Here's what you're forgetting. You're forgetting that she did the stomp.
And that's why we didn't like her for we
Okay? She
forgave
had
her
to
for
be
that.
forgiven. She had to be forgiven for the stomp. And once she was forgiven
For context, for the people that are like wondering what the hell we're talking about, there was an episode of NXT. Rhea Ripley was coming out to make the save. I forgot for who, but she was supposed to make the save. The credits are already on the screen. And instead of running straight to the ring, Rhea Ripley stops to do her entrance with her classic stomp. And by the time she got to the ring, it went off air.
right. So we
So we're
always just
like,
gave
are you serious? You're gonna let her get her ass whooped and
we
finish your entrance? So
we
that's what
we
we're
always gave her
talking
shit for
about.
that. We always
Yeah, we
we
gave her
always gave
shit
her
for a
shit
long
for
time, but her
that.
new gimmick, we forgave that. We forgave
All
the
right,
past
so
transgressions.
all
But
right.
I don't know. I
So
feel like Rhea Ripley's the bigger star. She does not need to drop to Becky. Becky doesn't need another run. I think more than ever we need her to solidify someone like Rhea Ripley. I'm tired of the four horsewomen being the catalyst of all major women's
three.
storylines.
Only three. Oh yeah, but yeah. I see what you're saying. If you
So
really you put it like that, they are. Oh, yeah. That's what.
Rhea Ripley deserves this retaining. I
So
don't
you
think
going
she
Rhea?
Rhea
You
Ripley.
going Rhea?
She shouldn't drop. I don't think she should drop anytime soon.
I'm going with Rhea as well. I think Rhea should not drop. I think Rhea. I think this would really. I mean, she's already. Everybody knows she's dominant. She's mommy. But I think this will really be the feather in her cap to really just solidify. Because I love Rhea, but if we're being spade to spade, this run was, as far as competitors, was it's a little mid, to be honest. So
That's
Becky,
because her
and that's
she
not
had
her
her
fault.
hands in so many things with the
Right,
Judgment Day being the actual leader of the Judgment Day.
right.
But when people started criticizing her this year about the lack of matches, she beat the entire roster.
She did. That's what
People
I'm saying.
forget she had like a what was it, like a 5-pack challenge? It was five.
She did. She did not.
She
She
beat
did. That's
all
what
of
I'm
them.
saying. She did. She beat it. That's what I'm saying. But that she is a victim to her own success.
She made me
You
like
know what I'm
Nia
saying?
Jax.
You know what I'm saying? She did. But here's the thing.
That's crazy.
But here's the thing though. But we have to give Nia Jax her flowers. She did a good job. This
She did do a
run
good
was
job.
really good. This run has been good. This run has been really good. But I'm gonna go for Nia. Excuse me. You're gonna go for Rhea. I'm gonna go for Rhea. So we're gonna move on to the next match. The next match is the big ladder match. We have the Awesome Truth. We have the New Day. We have the Judgment Day of Finn Balor and Damian Priest. We have DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. We have the Catch Republic of Tyler Bate and Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, and we have Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. I really wish Street Profits in there, but it's all good.
So
Do you think they're going to split the belt up?
that's exactly what I was gonna say. So Michael Cole has been talking about that you have to grab both belts. He's said that multiple times leading up to this match.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna call out the ending. This is what I think is gonna happen.
What's going to happen?
We get the new Republic. What's the name again? The new Catch Republic, right?
Is it New Catch Republic? Yes, New Catch
We're gonna
Republic.
have
Yes.
New Catch Republic on one side, and we're gonna have either DIY or Miz and Truth on the other side of the ladder, and the belts are gonna get split. So SmackDown, obviously, New Catch, and Raw, either DIY or R-Truth. I think that's the smartest way to get out of this undisputed tag team championship situation. Like, if you're not gonna fucking merge the belts, excuse my language, you're not gonna merge the belts already. What is the point? Roman isn't even carrying his multiple titles.
Right.
What is the point of the tag team championship still being two different sets of belts? I'm really 100% against splitting the tag team championships because I feel like the tag team roster on either show isn't deep enough to have the storylines for each show to have a division of their own.
Yeah.
I don't think their tag team roster is that deep if you're splitting them. But one champion for both shows, you give more opportunities for the show to like, host the tournament, or stuff like they did leading to this match. You know, there's way more
Tournament,
storyline
tournament,
threads you can pull if you have
tournament,
one
bro.
set of tag team championships. But I
Right.
do think they're gonna get split. I'm going for, like I said, R-Truth and Miz, or DIY with the Raw titles, and New Catch for the SmackDown championships.
So I take what you said and I raise it that New Catch is going to win it for SmackDown. Miz and R-Truth are going to win it for Raw. Monday, the Raw after Mania, it's going to be a match between Awesome Truth and DIY. DIY wins the tag team championships.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they do big like matches, reveals, and returns, and debuts Raw after Mania. So that'd be a crazy turnaround. Like,
Yeah, I think that's gonna happen. I think that's gonna happen. All right. So the next match we got, which was a little surprise, well, not really surprising, but I feel like it, kind of compared to all the other. Oh no, I can't say that in perspective. But the next match we have is Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio versus El Fantasma. I'm about to say El Fantasma. Dominic
Legado.
Mysterio and El Legado. Apologies. I don't know where El Fantasma came from. He's a New Japan wrestler. But El Legado and Dominic.
Santos Escobar and
Yes.
Dominic Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee.
Yes. Yes.
I'm
The
so
Dragon Lee.
pissed off about the way this turned out.
Why didn't they do Carlito?
Exactly. I think it's long-term storytelling, because if you look when Rey Mysterio actually said Dragon Lee's officially LWO and he's the one that's taking the spot, look at Carlito's face. He looked like, what? That's how I felt, because like not
Probably
only
will
were
be.
you gone as the leader and I was here holding it down for the team, you overlooked me for the new guy, the young buck.
Right.
No pun intended. Like, this is who you went for instead of me.
You might be onto something. You might be onto something. That would be great. And then he
I
ends
think
up joining, and then
Dominic.
Carlito ends up joining the other side. So yeah.
I think Dominic and Santos Escobar take the win.
Yeah.
The comeback for Dominic losing last year, I think he earned this year. The heat he got was second to none. I think he deserves a win at Mania.
Right.
And with that, talking about Carlito, maybe Carlito is the reason why they win.
That would be dope.
He has all right to say Santos Escobar was right.
Right.
You did the same thing to me that you did to Santos Escobar. I was the one here holding you down. I was the one that brought you the members of the LWO. You overlooked me for Dragon Lee. Then you overlooked me for Carlito. And now you overlook Carlito for Dragon Lee. So he has all right to turn heel. And honestly, I would love to see it, because Carlito's in the best shape of his life. Definitely could give us main event matches if they use him right. Or even if he's used as a gimmick character. I want to see Carlito doing something on his own. I only have 3 Puerto Ricans I can count on. One is a little shaky, carrying cross. I don't see him in the title picture anytime soon.
Hey, we're gonna get the carrying cross a little bit later. But I think that I agree with you. I think Dominique and Santos Escobar will get the win, and I think Dominique pins Ray, and
Call him Dominique.
pulling Dirty Dom, pinning his dad. So the next match we got going on, we got Jimmy Uso versus Jay Uso. You know what's interesting about this? You know what's not interesting about this is it just kind of, with everything that's going on with the bloodline, right? You got the final boss, Tribal Chief, Cody, Seth, all this good stuff. This feels so far removed from it. Like, I don't understand why. Like, this feels like this has been really it hasn't gotten that build and that rub that the bloodline usually gets. I don't know what the deal is with this, but
that's
I'm gonna
because
go.
WWE was so much in scramble mode when the Cody Crybabies decided to revolt
Listen. We'll get to the Cody.
There was so much
We'll get to
reconfiguring.
that. Let's wait to the main event to get to that. All right.
But
Let's
it
wait to the
ties
main
in
event.
perfectly because them trying to figure out the stuff with the tag team, it kind of left Jay and Jimmy on the sideline. Yeah, Jimmy was attacking him and costing him wins against Gunther for the title and other things. But if anybody should have been even remotely considered to be in the tag team match, it should have been Jay Uso and Cody. Given they were the tag team champions, given that Roman cost them those belts, like, but they should have definitely merged the storyline. The Rock should definitely whoop Jey Uso's ass for going against the family.
Right.
Jimmy
That's
should
what
have
I'm
had
saying.
like a big comeuppance. So leading into Mania, Jay is fighting from behind. You know,
Right. Like
he has
he
to
should
earn
have.
it.
Right, he should have been out there in that ring getting whooped with Seth and Cody, like he catch a
Oh yeah,
rock bottom or something like that, and boom, you know what I'm saying, get whooped with them belts too. Like, especially him, because you turn your back on the family. You should definitely be out there getting whipped, you know what
right.
I'm saying?
I
And
mean, The
Jimmy, you
Rock
know what I'm saying?
threw him to obscurity when he started whooping. I don't know
Right.
what it is. The last couple of weeks when Rock is attacking somebody, he throws them to the side. They're never to be seen again.
It's because he's that strong. That's why Rock throws you somewhere. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You just keep going. It's like Dragon Ball Z. You keep going to like you went out the stadium and just like went through a car, all that good stuff. But I'm gonna go with Jay winning this.
Yeah, I'm going for Jay too.
Yeah,
It
go
just
with
makes
Jay.
the most sense. He's been the one that's been taking the most L's and not getting his come up, and so
Yeah.
I definitely going for Jay.
So the next match we got, this is a spicy one. So we got Damage Control of Dakota Kai, Io Sky, what did hold on, Io Sky and Asuka, and versus Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill. I'm attempting to think what did you see that clip? What was Otis calling Io Sky? Like
I
he
have no
was
idea.
Oh my god! So there's this clip, right? And like they're playing like video games, like, and he was calling EOS guy some. Oh my god! I have to pull this clip up later. Oh my! I'm so upset right now. Oh my gosh! Like there's this clip, and he's calling her the wrong. He's been calling her the wrong name, like the last year, ever since he's like known her.
That's
Like they
hilarious.
work, they work together. Like bro, like what? But like, there's so many things to unpack with that.
Yeah.
But let's get back to the subject. Who do you think is going to win the match between Damage Control and a team of Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca Belair? Miss WrestleMania, by the way.
Jade with the dominant win and pin. Does she even need Bianca? Does she even need
I mean,
does she need
it's
her
a
tag
great
team
team. This is
partners?
like this is the Lady Avengers right here. This is the
It
Lady
is.
Avengers done the
It
right way.
definitely is. But the
Right.
way she dominated Damage Control by herself,
That's a
do we
bad.
need Trinity?
I
Well,
like Trinity
Naomi.
better. I like Trinity.
Naomi. I forgot.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like Trinity better. I like Trinity better though. She was a
She
badass when
has
she was there.
been so awkward since coming back.
It's been a little awkward. It's been a little
She's been
awkward.
botching, missing punches. Her promo game is lacking. Like, I don't know if she lost
This
the
is,
confidence jumping from TNA back into WWE.
and I don't know why, because she was the women's champion for like a year. She held it down and had great matches, was cutting promos, night main eventing, pay per view after show after pay per view for a year straight.
Yeah, we got about 10 minutes to the next commercial, so I'm just gonna
Okay,
go ahead and say Jade with a dominant pin,
I
first
agree.
win, first big match.
Who do you think it's been?
Dakota Kai.
Okay. All right. I agree. I think Jade, I'm not sure. I'm not gonna say who she gets pinned by, but I do think that Jade gets the pinfall for the win. The next match we got, this is gonna be a spicy one. Gunther, the Intercontinental Champion for over 600 days, versus the underdog Sami Zayn. I'm gonna go ahead and take this one first. I think Sami Zayn loses.
Agreed.
Gunther comes back.
Nobody should beat Gunther right now. And if someone is gonna beat him, it needs
It's
to be
got to be
Chad
Chad.
Gable.
It's got to be Chad. It's got to be Chad.
Chad,
Gotta be Chad.
I respect the fact that they brought Chad Gable back into this story and he's the trainer,
Because he got to finish the
but
story.
I think this is the perfect opportunity for Chad Gable to also turn heel. Attack Sami Zayn for taking his spot against Gunther. It makes the most sense. And eventually get down to beating Gunther down the line. I think Gable needs legitimate victories outside of Gunther. Gunther can't be his first real big legitimate victory. He's looked
Right.
good in these gauntlet matches. He's looked good against Gunther when he had that series of matches, but he needs a couple of victories to prop him. Sami Zayn is the perfect person for that. Not only that, a lot of the fans kind of felt like Sami Zayn overshadowed Chad Gable's role, and it should have been Chad all along. Even though they've been giving us the Sami Zayn storyline this entire time, the reasoning for him even being in this match, the segments with him in an empty arena speaking about not having the same positioning he was last year at WrestleMania, and he's not even sure if he's going to make it to WrestleMania, which was a good story. But Chad Gable just deserves so much better out of this story. So I think if you bring him in as the manager, the trainer for this match, you also utilize that. Gives another reason for Gunther to continue being the champion with maybe almost a loss to Sami Zayn.
Yeah, it's going to be a great match. It's a lot of 1-2s, almost, but ultimately Sammy loses. Chad gets in the game. Chad comes in the ring after Gunther is done celebrating, and then he just German suplexes Sammy and just beats him down because it's just like, you took my spot, I trained you, and you lost.
And imagine the visual if Sammy's kids and wife is there,
right? And
or even if Gable's family's there,
and just beats him down in front of him.
just whoops his ass.
This is what you made me do because you took my spot and you lost. Because if I had the spot, I would have won. Great. It'll be a great story. All right. And with that, let's get to the main event. We got the final boss, The Rock, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, versus the world heavyweight champion, Seth Rollins, and the American Nightmare, the champion with no belt, Cody Rhodes. If you watch any of interview, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, John Cena challenged him after WrestleMania 39. Sometimes it's not about winning the belt. Can you be the champion without the belt? And can you do all the shows? Can you do the extra for the fans? Do the signings? Be the face of the company without having the belt? Right. And that's probably the best advice John Cena could give, even though it's kind of hypocritical. Because John Cena almost always had the belt.
Yeah, but the
last couple years, I give him the late years of Cena's career, he definitely gave back. So it kind of balances out.
Yeah.
But it was a little ironic it came from the person. It's great advice, but it was a little ironic it came from a person who's like 16-time champion.
Hey man, hindsight is an MF. I think it's quite obvious who should win this for apparent reasons that we will get to after this commercial break. So we're gonna make this short and sweet.
Well, actually, we got like 5 minutes. You could go through the train of thought. We'll start part 2.
I think for the real Rocky story of this and how it is, I'm gonna wrap this up in real quick. I think people said last year was Infinity War. I disagree. This year is Infinity War. Night 1 is Infinity War. Leading up to this has been, you know what I'm saying, Civil War, getting whipped and all that. Boom. Now this is Infinity War right here. They're going to lose. Cody's going to lose. And I think he's going to take the pinfall to The Rock.
Oh, so you think it's Bloodline Rules on night 2?
Right. Or I have an alternative. Drew McIntyre interferes, kicks Seth Rollins' face in. And then I feel like no matter what, Rock gets the pinfall, whether it's Cody or Seth. But I think for storyline purposes, it would be better for Rock to beat Cody. It would be Bloodline Rules. But for The Rock to specifically beat Cody, Bloodline Rules.
There's so many storylines in this one freaking match. It's ridiculous.
Right.
Because you just kind of lit a light bulb. You have Drew McIntyre, who's facing Seth Rollins night 2. He has every reason to screw Seth Rollins. Because he's been not focused on Drew. He's been more focused on the bloodline. and
I don't want to
Cody.
cut your wisdom, but did you see when there was a clip of, I think it was Awesome Truth. They were like in the front doing a promo or whatever backstage, but in the background of that, it was Paul Heyman and Drew McIntyre
I did not
talking.
see that.
Yes, I'll send you a screenshot of it.
So
Yeah.
look, that even makes more sense for why Drew will come out, because
Mhm.
obviously I want the belt. I'm gonna be champion tomorrow. You need to focus on me. I'm the problem. So that kind of gets us out of the hole of, is The Rock gonna turn on Roman? Is one of the bloodline members gonna turn, or whatever the case may be, or will Seth turn?
I think that, with all due respect, I think Seth turning is the stupidest, most Vince Russo just turn for the sake of a turn that will happen. I don't think Triple H and company will ever do something
if
like that. It doesn't make any
if
storyline sense.
Roman
It makes
never cut
zero storylines. It makes zero storyline sense.
if Roman never cut that promo where he said, "My brother Seth Rollins," exactly, no pop. If he never cut that promo, I I say he has a legitimate reason to turn. But ever since that promo,
Why he buried that
and
man like that?
he buried that man, and he told that man, "You are forever the permanent two."
Because it was ill, because you know that's real life. Because
It
you know that's
is.
real life, because he says, look, no pop. You're not writing that down. You're not writing that down. Like, look, no pop. You know, like, you're saying that in the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Roman is just on another level. As much people hate, oh, the run is too long. He needs to drop it, finish the story. Roman is really greatness. It's like watching a movie in the middle of a match. So night one, main event. Shit, this could go so many ways. I'm gonna go with uh shit, because I kind of would love to have a legitimate one-on-one, no interference, no bullshit. You just destroy Cody Rhodes after a good ass match. You legitimize your reign in people's eyes, but it's not bloodline interference. I think that's perfect for Roman. But I do think The Rock and Roman are gonna win. I don't see The Rock shifting his plans away from Rock versus Roman, and then
Right.
coming up with an L on top of that.
Right. I mean, it doesn't make. I don't think it makes any storyline sense. I think it's the perfect setup.
I think if
Why
anything,
would
this
why
match
would
needs to
it not?
start the deterioration of Rock and Roman, so we could get that match next year.
I feel like why would it not be bloodline rules for the match? Like, why would it not be? That's Roman's MO. That's what he's been doing for 4 years.
Yeah.
Why would he
So
not? Why would it not be? Why would it be any different? You know what I'm saying?
let's put a pin.
So,
Let's put a pin on that thought. We're gonna come back
right.
after this commercial break, and we'll come back with
All
the
right.
end of the main event and night two of WrestleMania. And we're back. We left off with the tag team main event for night one: The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody and Seth Rollins. We both agreed that we think the Bloodline is gonna end up winning night one. We
Yeah.
also have the spinning plate of Drew McIntyre interfering in this match. We have the spinning plate of Damian Priest, Mr.
Yes.
Money in the Bank, Senor Money in the Bank.
Yes.
Um, but I think more so than maybe him cashing on Roman, I think he'll end up cashing in night two, the opening match, Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre.
Mhm.
I think if anything, this is the best spot for Damian Priest to cash in.
Mhm.
I'm at the point where I'm already over Seth's run, not knocking his reign. Um, he's a fighting champion. He tried to bring a lot of prestige to it. It's time. I feel like it's
Mhm.
time for him to drop it.
Mhm.
Like you said earlier, it's Drew McIntyre's belt to win
Yep.
or Damian Priest's belt to steal.
Yep.
I'm not mad with any result. If Damian Priest wins, that's the first Puerto Rican champion since the 70s. I'm of course gonna be happy about that. If Drew
Mhm.
McIntyre, who deserves it, wins, I'm gonna be, happy with that. Um, I just think Seth Rollins, his character is already is grasping on the small aspects of the character that they got left that's still over. You sing in the song. I feel like him and Becky Lynch are the same person, female and male version. Their songs are the same. You got and then so it's the same thing.
I will
They're
not
on.
tolerate this Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch slander with their
It's not
absolutely
slander.
elite
They're
fashionista sense of style. I will not
they're
tolerate that kind of thing.
they're boring. It's gotten to that point where they're getting a
Shut
little
your
boring for me.
whore mouth. Shut your whore mouth. Okay? Shut it right now. Respectful to me and it's wrestling business.
I'm just over both of them. But yeah, night 2 opening match. I definitely think Seth Rollins is losing either way. I think it's going to be a Drew McIntyre win more than anything because we still have until June for
Right.
Damian Priest to cash in.
It's June?
June, yeah.
Okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair. All right. Next match we got the Pride versus the Final Testament. The Pride is the Street Profits and Bobby
This got
Lashley.
added to the card?
It's got added to the card. All right. So we had I remember in our group chat, we were talking about at the top of the year or whenever the Final Testament first came together, we were talking about the Undisputed Kingdom and we were talking about the Final Testament. I'm going to go ahead and say both of them failed. Both of them are mid. Both of them
The
are
Final
super
Testament was more of a success because they brought back AOP.
Were they though?
But they both fell flat.
But were they at least Undisputed King, at least Roddy Strong won the international championship. You know what I'm saying? But
I mean,
think
in a
both
company that has too many titles to begin with, does that really matter? The group is terrible.
It is. Both of them are terrible.
Both of them. And that's because they don't know how to use Karrion Kross in the right light.
Man,
putting him with AOP, you're overshadowing him with AOP. They're fucking giants compared to him.
Man, I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's just Karrion.
I mean,
no disrespect.
He has not found his footing since NXT. I blame
you know
Vince.
Why? He hasn't been the same since Adam Cole killed him with that promo. I'm trying to tell you, ever since Adam Cole killed him with that promo, everybody realized, oh, they give you the cool music, they give you the smoke, they give you the screen, they give you the hot chick. You know what they do for me? They ring the freaking bell. And ever since then, it's like,
yeah, but Adam Cole wants to make fun of Karrion Kross for that, but you left WWE because you was gonna become a manager.
Oh, okay. I feel like we're gonna go off the rails.
And now you're a manager.
Listen, he was always supposed to be a manager. You know what I'm saying? I think the Pride's gonna win this. I'm gonna go Street Profits with Bobby Lashley win this.
I think
even though Karrion Kross and AOP need this,
I'm
just not a fan. I'm not a fan of the Final Testament. I even got their name wrong. I'm just not a fan.
I'm biased. Karrion Kross is Puerto Rican. He's one of the 3, like I mentioned, that can get me close to having a Puerto Rican champion. So I'm gonna always root for him. His group does need the win. But God honest truth, if both of these teams dissolved after this match, I wouldn't even be mad.
Poor Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley. That has been the worst pairing.
No,
they haven't done anything.
It hasn't been a bad pairing. They just haven't utilized them right. That's a great pairing.
No, it is a great pairing. Right. But the way they've been used has been absolutely terrible. Then you bring B-Fab into the group to counterbalance Scarlett, but you haven't even given Scarlett a match yet.
It should have been an 8-man. It should have been an 8-person match. The case.
Just like the LWO match. Hold on. I felt like it should have been LWO versus Legado del Fantasma with Dominic added. I think they dropped the ball on that too.
Here's the thing. I think actually this is going to be a good match. This is going to be a Philadelphia street fight. So I think they're just going to tables, chairs, through the crowd.
AOP's about to be destroying them.
I think this is going to be a crazy match, but it's just like I just wish they would do more. I give Karrion Kross and AOP shit, but I wish that they would just do more with them, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, but Karrion Kross, me personally, even what they gave him everything in NXT, just wasn't for me
These two
personally.
teams
Just
have been
wasn't
colliding for a few months, and it hasn't been entertaining at all.
right, right.
So I'm just glad that this is over. I was surprised that they threw this on the card literally last minute.
Mania. So the next matchup, we got L.A. Knight. Yeah. Yeah. We got yeah. We got LA Knight, yeah, versus AJ Styles. Yeah. Yeah.
LA Knight needs the win,
He does.
but AJ Styles deserves the win. I'm
AJ Styles
going.
always gets screwed over at WrestleMania. Even
AJ
when he
Styles.
wins, he loses.
AJ Styles has a legitimate reason to turn his back on the OC, to have that rough edge he got, because nobody looked for him when he was injured and he was out. He's been trying to roughhouse his way through all his opponents recently, like badass AJ Styles. We haven't seen this version since Bullet Club.
And he's jacked.
And he's bigger than he's ever been in his entire life.
Yoked. My man yoked. Okay?
I think LA Knight wins because of the fan base, but I think AJ Styles should win. I'm going for AJ.
I was really disappointed that this did not lead to Paul Logan versus LA Knight. I was very disappointed.
Logan Paul versus LA Knight.
Yeah, I definitely thought this was leading to Logan Paul versus LA Knight. But the match
I like the alternative though.
I think LA Knight takes the victory with this, and hopefully this leads him to some championship somewhere, because I think that's what he needs.
He's another person that's kind of like, can you be the champion without the belt? LA Knight is one assist in that category.
I feel like he has been champion without the belt, but I feel like now it's his time to coronate. They tell
get some type of big win.
Yeah, something for.
That's what I said. I think LA Knight will win because of the fan base, and he needs the win.
Yeah,
but I think AJ deserves the win, so I'm going for AJ.
Right, and I also want AJ. I think hopefully this is one of those matches where both of them at the end of this come out looking better than what they did coming in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the next match we got is a triple threat for the United States Championship that we just mentioned. We got Kevin Hart. Did I just say fucking Kevin Hart?
Yeah. It's gonna be in Philly. He might show up.
He's right. So Kevin Hart might be in there. He might be there. You know,
we already got Meek Mill showing up. No Diddy, and we got Lil Wayne.
Weezy, shout out to Weezy. He said he's gonna debut a new song, so I'm excited about that. We got Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton versus Logan Paul for United States Championship. Honestly, I think Logan Paul retains, man. I think he retains.
I wouldn't be mad because he's been so good
since
he started. But
you want to hate him.
But, and this is a big rattlesnake of a but, Orton has never won the United States Championship.
He could do like a Coke Open, like a, you know what I'm saying, United States Championship, like open challenge to people. That would be kind of dope.
I think this makes him a Grand Slam champion if he wins it.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing with their Grand Slam champion thing. I want to clear the dust on this right now. The only Grand Slam champion in WWE is Seth Rollins. Nobody else. The Miz never won the Universal Championship. He never won a Universal Championship. The only person to win every single championship available.
That's another level. No, that's another level than Grand Slam.
He won everything.
Grand Slam, he ran a lap with the show's entire belt.
Right. Tag team.
So he's a Grand Slam.
United
States, Grand Slam champion twice over.
WWE Universal Champion. Seth Rollins is the only person to win every single one of those championships. Everybody else is a false claimer of the Grand Slam Championship. I just want to clear the air on that. Not even Roman. Oh, actually,
Roman fused the belts. He's been
Roman
United States. I don't know if he's been Intercontinental, but he's been
Intercontinental champion. He has been.
Roman is already a Grand Slam champion.
So it's only Roman and Seth. Are the only.
See, but Miz is Grand Slam champion through the WWE Championship. They were split. It wasn't one belt. They were split. But he did run the circuit, WWE title, tag titles, and the Continental, and that run.
He's a junior Grand Slam champion because he never won a Universal.
A lot of people didn't win that belt.
So you can't be a Grand Slam champion. It's only Roman and Seth. That's it.
You could
They're
be a
the only
Grand Slam
people that
champion
won
in
every.
your show.
But now it's almost canceled out because they fused the belt. But I mean, technically, it's only Roman and Seth. That's
But
the only Grand
it's
Slam.
like Sheamus. If Sheamus wins the Intercontinental Championship, he's a Grand Slam champion.
They
It's
say
just
it, but
it's
he
just
never won a Universal though.
the lineage of the belts are already so all over the fucking place.
But
Think
they
about
fixed it though.
The
Triple
WWE
H fixed it,
title,
though.
the WWE title was merged with the World Championship, was merged with the Universal Championship, and it was the first undisputed championship
So
that
the
was
way
split.
but the way they retcon it is that the World Heavyweight Championship picks up the lineage from when it stopped.
You can't
It
do
picks
that.
that
You can't do that.
WWE revision.
Hell no, there's literally one champion on that run, and it's just Seth Rollins. We're not doing that. The World Heavyweight Championship lineage gets merged with the WWE Championship.
They are saying that is remember the big goal that Triple H.
You know what that is?
Eric Bischoff gave it.
You know what that is? There's
What?
no history for this championship, so we're just gonna throw some shit at the wall so you can feel like it's more special.
I mean, you already know my feelings on the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, it's a
We're not
secondary
even going to
belt.
talk about it. We're not even gonna
Before I didn't agree with you as far as it being a secondary belt, but how can it not be considered a secondary belt at this point when our little brother Seth Rollins, exactly, no pop. He's the
I like Seth Rollins.
He's the permanent number 2.
Whoa.
According to the tribal chief, your tribal chief,
he's not even number 2 because Cody's number 2. Seth
He's
is
number
3.
3.
He's the champion.
And he has a belt and he's number 3. Wow.
Oh my gosh, don't do this.
It's not looking good for Seth.
Listen, excuse the language, straight up. None of y'all could beat Roman, so here's a belt championship. That's what that championship is.
Yeah.
None of y'all could beat Roman, so here's a championship because you need one. Because none of y'all could beat Roman. That's what that championship is.
That promo, that promo hurt that roster.
Seth, no pop.
He not only killed Seth, he killed the majority of that roster on Raw. He said, y'all all number 2s. Y'all all 2s to me.
And Cody is just the biggest number 2 of the number 2s. That's it. But anyway, let's get.
You know what we didn't mention on the first match? Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre outside of a possible Damian Priest. What is CM Punk's role in the match? He's going to be commentating.
Yeah. He's going to be commentating. I think
he might healed enough to at least get in some punches, and I think he might help cause Drew.
Here's what might happen with that. I think because he's been saying it a lot that he's healing a lot faster. What might happen is he might be a little bit more healed than he's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And then he gets involved, and Drew targets his arm, and then sets him storyline sets him back even more. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, he's recovering a lot faster than he is. So when he returned, that unexpected return, Pop's going to be even crazier.
You know what I would love? If he was healed enough? Ultimate Swerve. This is now a triple threat.
I mean, that would be amazing. But then you would have to give the belt to Punk. You would have to give the belt to Punk. You would have to. You would have to. You would have to. It would just make no sense.
Not if we have Damian Priest fuck up that package for all of them.
Man, I think Damian Priest is definitely the wild card. I think Damian Priest, you said he got to June. I think he's cashing that Mania. Why would you not cash it?
He should.
I think he is.
Not only that, how many times have we seen him fail cashing? Like,
this is going to be.
I know we didn't see him fail on the cash in that many times just for him to actually fail.
Right. I think this is going to be another heist of the century. But let's get into the co-main event.
He might do what you said earlier. He might with the tag team buzz. He might win it to Mania and drop it on Monday Night Raw.
Probably. Oh gosh. Ooh, maybe. Ooh.
You know how they do the Hispanics.
Unfortunately.
Mhm.
uh, next up, we got the co-main event of night 2, Io Sky versus Bailey. Shout out to Bailey, the 2024 Royal Rumble winner. I think we have to
Oh,
remind people of that
you
because WWE
remember
never say
that?
it. Huh?
You actually remember that?
Yes.
This
Shout
has
out to
been the
Bailey.
most shameful lack of promotion of a match,
Shout out
I
to
think,
Pam.
in the history of WrestleMania.
Shout out to Pam. Shout out to Pam.
The
Shout out
fact
to
that we
Bailey.
have the Women's Royal Rumble winner, she's not in any of the promotional materials. She's not in a lot of these build-up packages. You barely gave her the time on SmackDown. You had her getting her ass whooped for the majority of the time, just for another group of women to take on her attackers, but not even include her.
Nope. It's the
She
Black
wasn't
Avenger.
even included. When Jade came out and saved the day, she wasn't included. Mind you, this is her storyline. Her
Right. And I
stable
love
turned on her on the lead up to WrestleMania. She ended up
facts.
choosing Io Sky because of the entire group's betrayal. But
Mm.
instead, we're focused on Damage Control versus Bianca all month, with the returning Trinity Naomi doing a terrible backup job for her, to have Jade come out and dominate. Where's Bailey in this story? Why couldn't it be the 4-on-4 during the whole lead up, and then you split 1-on-1, then you have your group? It's a way to promote everyone, especially if the storylines are revolving so much. Because I know, well, I don't know, but the way it was feeling before we were sure that Mercedes, Sasha Banks was signing with AEW, there was a big rumor of not only Trinity coming back and joining Bailey, which ended up happening or helping Bailey, that Sasha Banks was going to come back to WWE and be involved in going against Damage Control for Bailey, which probably would have been a lot better. Not complaining, because I love Jade. I'm super excited to see her. Super excited that this is her. She got squeezed into the Mania. I
Debuting
was
at Mania.
actually maybe a week or two before her debut. I'm like, yo, when are they gonna announce Jade? I have to see Jade at Mania.
She's a
Like,
star.
you can't pull the trigger on her at the Royal Rumble and then disappear again.
Jade Cargill is a special attraction. And I think they
I
will
haven't
treat
been
her as such.
I haven't been this convinced of someone's star power on the female side since China.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I knew
Rhea
Jade Cargill
Ripley,
was.
arguably, but the look,
I can't say that for. I can't even say that for real.
the look of
The
Jade,
first, right?
you could
The
grind,
first day I
you
ever
could
seen
grind
Jade.
marble on her abs.
The first time I ever seen Jade Cargill in AEW, it was just like, that's a star right there. This is a star. I knew immediately, and I just knew only thing that had to happen was her experience and the time in the ring had to just come and grow together, and that's exactly what we're seeing now. You know what I'm saying?
Can we
So
take a moment to laugh at all of the people that were like, oh, she jumped ship to WWE. Oh, they stole her. Look, they're not using her. Where is she? They wasted Jade. She has looked amazing in every single appearance she's made on the show. Whether that's just walking backstage, negotiating contracts live, or actually appearing and dominating, she's looked amazing in every single like appearance.
that's all it
And
does.
her star
That's all
power
it
was
does.
so big, her debut, she signed her autographs on the way to the ring. She
Right.
already got the fan base.
Right. She's a star. She is a star. And we are doing exactly what we accused
I say
WWE.
if she
Hold on,
keeps
hold on,
up the
hold on.
momentum,
We are doing exactly what WWE is doing. We are talking about Bailey and Io Sky. This is and then we end up talking about Jay Cargill. I love you, Jay Cargill.
I
You're a
mean,
goddess.
that's this
I
is
hope you
this is
play Storm
WWE's
one day.
fault.
Where I hope you play Storm one day, but let's circle back to this. So this is WWE's fault.
It's
I
sad,
think
and
I
I want
think
to
Bailey.
apologize to our listeners for that, because
Right.
it's true. We're bitching about Bailey not being promoted, and we end up talking about Jay. But that is a testament to how bad the promotion for Bailey in this match was. That the
Right.
biggest name coming out of the scenario was Jade Cargill.
Right. But I think Bailey comes full circle and she wins the WWE Women's Championship.
I agree with that. I think it's definitely in Bailey's favor. Io's not much of a talker. She's had a good run, I believe since SummerSlam.
I don't
It's
remember.
time. It's
Yeah.
time. I think it's
So,
time. She's had a decent run,
right.
but you know the team has crumbled. You kick out the leader. Yeah, it's time. Not only that, when was the last time Bailey had a major win at WrestleMania?
Right. I don't know if she's ever had a major win at WrestleMania, so it's just time for Bailey's WrestleMania
It
moment.
make
I think
it makes me question: is she low key punished for showing up on AEW to support Mercedes that she hasn't been
oh my,
promoted?
cut it out, cut it out. Anyway,
Imagine.
let's get to the main event. We have the undisputed WWE champion of over 4 years, your leader of the head of the table, your tribal chief Roman Reigns.
Yours, mine's, our tribal chief.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I have the We the One shirt, and I do acknowledge him as a
It's
tribal
ironic
chief.
we're in reverse today because I'm not going for Cody. I'm going for
But
Roman.
in this main event at WrestleMania 40, the biggest WrestleMania of all time, in a bloodline rules match, the Empire falls. And Cody finishes the story. World Heavyweight. Oh my gosh. Cody's going to finish the story. It's it. It's over. Okay? Okay? Stone Cold's going to come out. John Cena's going to come out. Okay? All
He
right.
needs
All right.
them. He needs them to win. He can't do
Just like Roman needs
even-
the bloodline to win, like he's needed them for
Oh, you
every
shut your
match
whore
for the
mouth.
last 2 years.
You shut your horror mouth now because the tribal chief puts his family and props his family up. That's all he's doing. But he doesn't need them to win. It's just why not sharing this victory together? He's such a humble and giving tribal chief.
No. 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 No.
I'm gonna have to
No.
disagree. I think Roman wins. There's bigger reasons than Cody for Roman to win.
No, he will finish the story.
Breaking.
I will cry right now. I will cry right now.
Cody crybabies. Not only Hogan's record, which should be broken.
Cares.
It's the perfect. This is Hulk Hogan's 40-year anniversary, I believe. It coincides with Roman possibly beating him for that record. We have Hollywood Rock, who originally came back to face Roman. If we're waiting to break the record, he has to hold it to September. Why not wait a few short months after that to finally get the High Chief versus the Tribal Chief? No. So I think that's the goal. I think the Bloodline story, while it has its, peaks and valleys, it still has a lot to give. As far as other people getting their comeuppance or finishing their little threads with the Bloodline. People like AJ Styles, people like LA Knight, amongst others. I think if, like we said earlier,
there needs to be new members.
High Chief versus Tribal Chief doesn't need a belt. It doesn't. The family legacy and the real life, this is not made up character, the real life position of Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, in that family, he is literally the High Chief. He went through a ceremony to become that. They acknowledged him as the leader of the family. So that's a real thing. We don't need a belt for that. So I would say this. I'm 100% going for Roman. I think he needs to retain. I think he needs to break Hogan's record. But if you look at everything Cody's been saying recently, he doesn't even believe in the finish the story anymore. And does the story need to be finished at WrestleMania? This is straight out of Cody's mouth. Michael Cole said it. Everybody ran with it. The 2K video game used it as their tagline to finish the story. But the story is just winning the belt. It's not when. And I think if they're gonna take it off of Roman and give it to Cody, why not do what's been rumored that might happen at the holiday show at Madison Square Garden, the place where Dusty held the title up, the place where he beat superstar what was his name?
Billy Graham.
Billy Graham. Excuse me. Even though he won by count out and you don't win a belt that way, which Cody also acknowledged, that's the place it was done. I think you go for history. Do it at Madison Square Garden. One of the houses that Dusty helped build. Why not do it in the Garden? Mania is big and all that, but I don't think that has to be where the story ends. Mania is not only an ending, Mania is a beginning. A lot of people are finishing their stories. A lot of people are going to jump into a brand new story the next night.
I'm so glad you said that because exactly, it will be the end of the story. It will be the end of the Roman Reigns as the Universal WWE champion. It will be the beginning of Cody finishing his story and starting a new chapter in his book. If you beat Cody twice in a row, 2 years in a row, you really running the risk of people just not believing in him. It doesn't matter if the bloodline interferes. At the end of the day, if it ends with Roman with the tribal chief still holding that championship up, no matter how many people interfere, it just you really run the risk of running your biggest white meat baby face into the ground. You run a high risk of that. I think Cody has to win this. I think Cody started this new era.
Cody wins the belt. Who's his next challenger?
Anybody. And that's the great thing. Roman has beaten everybody. So
Roman Roman has beaten everybody. He beat that
Right.
entire roster
Exactly.
on Raw. So who deserves the belt or even to fight for the belt against Cody when all of them have been proven to not even be on the level of Roman Reigns? Now, if you put Cody to beat him, Cody's on the same level or above Roman Reigns. Who realistically can Cody feud with? Shinsuke? That just happened.
Nope.
Just Gunther. Exactly. That's
But
the
I'm
only
saying,
person
but-
that comes to mind. But why? When he already has his own prestigious reign.
Exactly. And after he loses that, he can transfer that power right over to that. And there's you open up the door for new challengers that people have that
If
people
Gunther
that
was
Cody
to
has
win, if Gunther was to win, I would rather him continue being the Intercontinental Champion, beat the absolute dog shit out of Cody, if he's the champion, win, and then say, this reign has been long enough. I relinquish the belt. I'm the world champion.
I mean, I think Cody's going to have a bit of a run. I mean, he's always.
Oh, he's going to have it at least through SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think this is the time to pull the trigger because you run the risk of really just people just not believing in Cody. 2 years in a row, 2 years in a row you lose. Even though we know the bloodline is going to interfere, we got the final boss here, but it's just time to finish. It's time to finish the story here.
Maybe the story finishes and he doesn't win.
Oh, man.
People don't realize that that's actually an option.
I think the option is Cody wins.
How many legends are uncrowned champions?
Roman goes away. You got it. Cody is going to be the new face of WWE.
He's already the face of the WWE.
They're going to give him the championship to really solidify it. Because really, Roman is the face of the WWE because he's a champion. He's the guy. Yeah. He's the main event.
But it goes back to that John Cena thing. He's the champion without the
transfer
title.
that power. Yeah, that's a great motivation thing to say. It's a great motivation thing to say. But really, finishing the story is being the champion. That's how you are. Champion without the belt, that's great. That's great. That's what you say to somebody after that loss. But really, he has to win. He has to win. He has to win. He has to win.
I think there's things happening in WWE that's bigger than Cody.
Rock and Roman don't need the chip.
They don't, and I've said that. but I think there's things happening that's bigger than Cody. Getting breaking Hogan's record means a
It's
lot.
not that important.
It is. It is.
I don't think it's that important, to
It
be
is
honest.
because when how long has it been when people think about WrestleMania or think about prestigious champions? Hogan's one of the first people out their mouth.
Yeah, that was then,
Roman is
not
head and shoulders
now.
above Hulk Hogan.
Not now. People don't think about that now. Hulk Hogan's name's not brought up. Hulk Hogan's name is synonymous with WrestleMania with
The only
older
person,
fans.
this is the best time in history to complete that though. When have we ever been in a situation where the champion is good enough to even be here for 4 years? This is the only opportunity, realistically, and probably in our lifetime, that we're gonna get to see on the longest reigning champion. The only person he cannot beat is Bruno Sammartino because he needs about 2, 3 more years.
Right.
But why not give him Hogan, break that record?
I don't think it really
He
matters that
deserves
much.
it. He
I
deserves it.
think I think because he's head and shoulders above Hogan, even with not even that many title, even comparison. Hogan did like, just for numbers' sake, it's like 100 versus like 40. You know what I mean? What Roman Reigns did. He way more title defenses, but the Roman has been the man through the biggest money making, biggest numbers of all time. WWE's numbers are bigger than it's ever been, ever in the history. And Roman is the guy. I think he's already beat Hogan. He doesn't need to actually get that. I think it just makes storyline sense for Cody to just be that guy. And you just open up a whole new list of storylines. You can let Roman and Brock and all that blow. You can let them go do their thing, and Cody can. I mean, but it's not going to be immediately done. It's it's going to be backlash. There's going to be a rematch. You know what I'm saying? But I think after that, you just let Cody go his way. You let Roman go his way.
Well, the only thing we could do at this point is wait and see what
Mm-hmm.
happens at WrestleMania this weekend.
It's going to be spicy.
Today's Thursday. Tomorrow's the SmackDown and the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna be a part of that. So maybe we get a little review about the experience after the weekend's over.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2-night WrestleMania in Philly. A lot to look forward to. We got less
Mm-hmm.
than a minute before they kick us off. So Richie, where can they find you at?
Man, you can find me at the Richie Moon Show on Instagram, YouTube, X. And you can always find me talking my talk on Kayfabe Avenue.
Yep. So you can find me, of course, at Kayfabe Avenue. Check out the Chaotic Dreams podcast as well. We're cooking up a lot of things. Me and Richie actually doing X-Men 97 reviews. So check that out. We actually added that to Kayfabe Avenue, doing a little bit
Right.
mixture of things. So we're gonna try to get a little bit more creative. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you after WrestleMania.